Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And also kinda sorta another episode of Build-A-Figure at the same time, because today we're going to be taking a look at the Present Toys motorcycle clothing, aka a Drifter Bruce Wayne outfit set based off his appearance at the start of the Batman. And I'm going to be using the INART head sculpt to complete this set. Now, I got mine at a discount from KG Hobby. I've popped a link to their site in the description for your reference purposes only. This is not a promotional video, this is a review. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new Batman content goes live on the channel. I was hesitant to call this third party, and I still am, because it's just some clothing. There's nothing inherently Batman about this. Once you assemble it and pop a head sculpt on the body, then yes. But the only thing that screams Batman about this entire set is the artwork on the outside of the box, and once this unboxing segment is done, I'm never going to be looking at this box again. Speaking of the artwork, we've got an image of Batsy in the background, his symbol, and in front of that, Present Toys motorcycle clothing. The box is made of a pretty thick, heavy-duty cardboard. It seems as though Present Toys are now making and selling their own bodies, because you can get this set either with or without a body. I opted for with because I wanted to actually use their official body with their clothing set. It just makes sense to me. But if you have a better one lying around, a seamless one perhaps, and that's what you want to go with, absolutely do that. Now, I'm curious to find out how this is going to go. The INART head sculpt has a bespoke neck connector. I'm not sure if it's going to work on the body. This could be a massive fail. Let's get stuck in and find out. Et voila, this is everything included in that little box for the outfit set. Funnily enough, before Present Toys or Topo announced their outfit sets, I was considering trying to make something like this myself, just using found bits and pieces of 1/6 scale clothing on AliExpress and eBay. But the pants were proving to be a massive challenge because they're bespoke. They were made specifically for the production of the movie. They're not just regular old grey cargo pants. The layout of the pockets is interesting. We've got a smaller one on this side and a bigger one on the other. These panels that sit over the top, some black knee pads, the black sections down below, and the black pockets at the back with the flap only on one side. Most of these pockets are functional too, so you can pop stuff in there if you want to. Everything is so clean. This backpack is brand new, factory fresh. There's not a single speck of dirt on the entire thing. He's gone to the shops, grabbed a backpack, and now he's hit the streets of Gotham. I am going to weather everything in this set, but this backpack needs it the most. That's not going to happen in this video, by the way. I'll shoot a separate one in the future, an actual episode of Build-A-Figure, and I'll show you what the weathered version of this guy ends up looking like. All of these pockets are actual functional little compartments. The zippers are real and working. But if you want to pop stuff in here, you are going to have to remove the foam padding first, and there is a hell of a lot of it inside this backpack. These straps are adjustable if you want to move them up and down, depending on how you want him to wear this. Dude, Present Toys. I was not expecting brand new sculpts for these boots, but they're not only new for this set, they're recreations of the actual boots that he was wearing in his Drifter outfit. We've got wrinkling and stitching and leather grain texture. This pad at the front, the laces look like they've been tied up and they're dangling down. This is my favorite detail. The circle with the logo in it, that is on the actual boots, and they went to the effort of sculpting that on these in 1/6 scale. I'm not sure what the logo says, but these boots are made by a company called TCX in real life. So it would make sense if the logos also said TCX, but I don't think they do for some unknown reason. If you have a pair of those boots and you can read that logo because they're going to be much larger on the real deal, let me know what they say down in the comments. This is a face mask / neck scarf combo. You can bring it up over his nose and mouth if you want to. It's made of this stretchy spandex material. But I am worried about dye transfer from this onto the sculpt, so I don't think I'm going to do that. The tailoring is really good on this set, and I've just now realized this is a short sleeve shirt. The more I think about it, that does make sense because you don't want multiple sleeves underneath one another inside the jacket. That will just restrict range of motion. We've got some real buttons stitched onto the outside, but they're not what holds the shirt together. We've got some press studs underneath this top panel. The collar is starchy. It sits flat, so I don't think you're going to have to adjust it or do anything with it really. I'm pleased to report that the hoodie does have sleeves, so if you want to go puffer jacketless, just the hoodie over the top of that shirt, then you can do that, and you are going to have a full set of sleeves, so you won't have his bare arms on display. These drawstrings are real and functional, so too is the zipper, and we've got this quite soft, plush, teddy bear style material lining inside the hood for a pop of contrast on an otherwise very black hoodie. Here's me just continuing to be impressed by the tailoring. This puffer jacket is the star of the show. The zipper is done in this brassy color, so there's some contrast there, just like the inside of the hood. There's this orange lining, which is screen accurate. The pockets aren't functional, but it's made of this actual poofy feeling nylon material. This comes across as though it is an authentic, shrunk down, miniaturized puffer jacket. The body also comes with some hands. I'm not going to use them. They're just bare plastic unpainted hands. These I am going to use. They're covered in real fabric for the bandages. They're clean, something I can fix, but the tactile sensation of feeling real bandages on 1/6 scale hands is something that I just don't think I've experienced before now that I think about it. What we're going to do next is take a look at the body, then we can get everything assembled. I see what they've done. This is, for the most part, just a regular old, cheaper, nasty 1/6 scale body. The present toys part of it is they've added ratchet joints almost everywhere. The legs, the arms, the elbows, the knees. They've done that for some extra stability when it comes to posing. This is completely unpainted, bare skin tone plastic, so once you do have the outfit on top of this, you aren't going to want to have any of the body on display, so make sure you pull the sleeves down, cover up everything, and this guy's going to look all the better for it. Now, if you plan to use either the Hot Toys or INART head sculpts with this set, you are going to need a body like this, because both of those sculpts have fixed necks. You can't take them off and install them on a necked body, for example. Now, for the INART one, which is the sculpt I plan on using with this, you're going to need to cut down one of these neck connectors. I got this off AliExpress. It's a nice, soft, rubbery one. Ditch most of the mushroom peg on top, trim it down, just test it as you're going. That way, it should be able to fit inside the base of the INART sculpt. The reason you have to do this is because the INART Batman only comes with one magnetic neck connector, so you can't just use the one that figure comes with for this Drifter Bruce Wayne, unfortunately. Just a reminder, if you've forgotten how good this head sculpt is, this is the INART Bruce Wayne head sculpt with the eye makeup just running down his face. Perfect for the Drifter look. For the longest time, I've had it displayed like this in the collection, which is a disservice to this head sculpt. It's outstanding. It deserves better than being displayed on this liquid metal-looking headstand. I'm going to try and cut down one of those neck connectors, then pop it on the inside of this sculpt. Let's see if that's possible. Very possible. This took a while, some trimming, some testing as I was going, but it's in there. It's properly connected inside the sculpt. It's not going anywhere, as you can see. That is planted. I could have used blue tack. That would have made me nervous long term. A head sculpt of this caliber deserves a proper neck connector and to be properly connected to the body that it sits on. Don't freak out. I know it looks silly. This is the bare body. Once we start installing the clothing on it, it's going to bulk him out, and that will fill out the trap area, and it should accommodate for the longer, weird-looking neck. And there you have it. Fully assembled. This guy looks like $1,000,000. Let's get him on the turntable and discuss. Oh, this is good. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't expect to be blown away. This is what we need more of, Present Toys. If you can give us outfit sets so we can make use of spare and bonus head sculpts that we get with Hot Toys and INART figures, do that. Double down. Why the heck not? Because for those of you who don't know, tailoring is the cheapest part of 1/6 scale figure manufacturing. It's the mold costs and the engineering costs and the R&D and the paint apps. All of that stuff, so much more expensive than fabric and tailoring and patterns and sewing, because most of it can be done by machine. So, this might be their new forte. We'll have to wait and see. This could be a one and done, a flash in the pan, a really good one at that. But I don't think that's the case. I've seen a lot of people picking this up, and with the success of this set, surely Present Toys have considered at least making more outfit sets in the future. Up close and personal, I'm not going to spend too long on the sculpt because you already know how good I think this head sculpt is. It is truly a next level sculpt. It's got rooted hair and moving eyes, which elevates this entire piece. If you want to bring this face mask up over the top of it, you can, and that actually looks really cool. But the dye transfer thing, I mentioned it earlier, I'm still worried that this is going to stain the head sculpt, so I'm going to pull it down and expose his skin tone neck. I ended up dremeling out the inside of the ball joint area for the neck connector, and that allowed the head sculpt to sit a little bit lower inside the body. I've used the backpack, I've tightened the straps underneath his armpits to hold the jacket in place. It was riding high and I just didn't want that. Then I tucked the top of the hood underneath the backpack between the jacket and the body, and that helps manage it. Before, that too was riding high and it was sitting on top of the head sculpt. I wanted to pin it down, and this was the easiest way that I found to do that. His jacket is meant to be open like this, and I've just realized the zigzag stitching on this flap. They're continuing to impress me with their tailoring. If you want to do up the jacket, undo the hoodie, move the shirt around, tuck it in, rather than having it just flaring out underneath the hoodie, you can do all of that. Just mess around with this, adjust it to your liking. I went for something that's more screen accurate, but if you don't care about that, if you've got something specific in mind, you should be able to achieve it. Look at those bandages on his hands and the way the end of the sleeves with the cinched bits cups the base of the hands. You are never going to see exposed wrist pegs. Solid choice for the material for the pants. They're baggy enough so that you can get a decent range of motion, but they also make the body look bigger than it actually is. And the way they break over the top of the boots, it simulates heavy-duty weighted fabric. It's wrinkling and creasing naturally. But there isn't any weight to this. This is extremely lightweight. These pockets, I assumed, would fly out on me. They haven't done that yet. They're sitting down exactly like I wanted them to. I'm at a loss for words with this set. How did INART themselves not offer us this? The head sculpt, being as good as it is, deserves to be displayed on a body. Some folks will use it on the Batman suit, and that's awesome, but I wanted to have the Batman fully cowled. So this head sculpt was relegated to being on its headstand in the bottom of the display, and that simply wasn't good enough. I jumped on this as soon as it was announced, and I am over the moon with how it turned out. For a quick side-by-side comparison, on the left, INART the Batman, and on the right, INART Drifter Bruce Wayne. But not really, this is the Present Toys outfit set, just wearing the INART head sculpt. Who would have guessed that these figures would be so close in terms of height. Certainly not me. A custom neck connector with the mods I did to it, and then the INART sculpt and the present toy's body with the chonky soled boots. It all worked out. These two are more than displayable standing alongside one another. It's not the correct motorcycle. I know it. You all know it. This is the Bat Cycle, not the Drifter motorcycle. But do I care? No, not really. This looks sick. I am going to have these two displayed like this. Batman, he's going to be somewhere else in the collection because I'm too scared to leave either of my two Batman figures on this bike just in case their outfits get ruined. For Bruce Wayne in the Drifter look, not a problem because his outfit is full fabric. Going over articulation, this will vary wildly depending on which head sculpt you decide to go with and which body you end up using. But for the present toys one with the INART head sculpt on it, there's a ball joint at the base of the neck, looking forward and back, swivel and pivot side to side. His arms will go up to there, going forward and back on soft ratchets. There's a butterfly joint at the shoulder that hinges up and down. Swivel at the bicep, double bend on ratchets at the elbow, and there's plenty of excess sleeve, so even if you have the elbow fully bent, the wrist pegs are not going to be exposed. Speaking of the wrist pegs, they're hinges and swivels. His torso crunches forward, going back, swivel, and pivot side to side. Legs will go forward on clicky ratchets to there comfortably, going out to there, swivel at the upper thigh. Ratcheted double bend at the knee, soft ratchets going past 90. Then a single piece sculpt for the boots that sits quite tightly around the base of the legs. Even though there's a double ball peg inside of them for the ankles, we do not get full access to that joint. The only real articulation that we get out of the boots is swivel. Wrapping up on INART / present toys Bruce Wayne, the Drifter version from the start of the Batman. Awesome movie, love the shit out of it, watched it a bunch of times in the cinema, watched it even more times at home. This was a look I had to have in the collection, specifically to make use of the spare INART head sculpt and the Bat Cycle, which was just sitting there, unloved, unused, off to the side in the display. Not anymore. This guy is going to be sitting on that Bat Cycle using the INART sculpt. I'm enamored with this figure. It's simple, but it's so effective. The tailoring is second to none. The only complaint I have is weathering. He needed more weathering, and that might be where the Topo outfit set comes in. And they're including a helmet for this figure as well. We didn't get a helmet, we didn't get weathering, but I still have a place for this in the collection. Will I pick up the Topo set? Absolutely, and we will do comparisons. Now, I got mine at a discount from KG Hobby. I've popped a link to their site in the description for your reference purposes only. This is by no means a promotional video. This is a review. All opinions have been 100% my own. If you're heading down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.